Today we're going to make a Victorian-style buttercream cake. In order for your bakery to stand out, not only should your cakes look delicious in the case, but consider exploring designs that will really stand out on social media and grab consumers' attention with bold colors and interesting combinations, like this Victorian-style buttercream cake. This is also called a Lambeth cake, and it was named for the decorator that came up with this piping technique. We've started by stacking, filling, and crumb coating the cake using Dawn white buttercream. Now it's time to make the colors: pale rose, peachy orange, magenta, and dark and light teal with various star, French, and ruffle tips. Be sure to set aside a biscuit cutter to use for stenciling. Smooth ice the cake using the pale rose color. If you don't have an electric turntable, enlist the help of another baker to lay in the initial ruffle layer. You'll need to pipe this in one shot. Pipe the light teal ruffle around the bottom of the cake, making sure you've used a cake board large enough to hold the excess buttercream. Next, pipe a shell border on top of the ruffle border using magenta buttercream with a French tip. Pipe a third border around the bottom using a smaller, open star tip filled with that peachy orange buttercream. Using the reserved biscuit cutter, make half-moon-shaped markings around the side of the cake. We'll use these outlines to help pipe even swoops. Using that peachy orange color fitted with a ruffle tip, pipe ruffle swoops on the sides of the cake, using those biscuit cutter marks as a guide. You don't have to go all the way up, just enough for each swoop to touch. Don't worry if you still see markings on the sides of the cake, they'll get covered up with decorations later on. Using the pale rose buttercream with a ruffle tip, lay another ruffle on top of the orange peach ruffle. Use the pale teal with the star tip and pipe a shell border on top of the pale pink ruffle. Using the light teal with an open star tip, pipe little fleur-de-lis between the bottom and top ruffles. Pipe each of the wings first, going back to the center to finish. Using the dark teal with a small French tip, pipe a rosette at the bottom of each fleur. Using a large French tip with the peachy orange buttercream, pipe a little heart between the top ruffle and the top edge of the cake to fill in the swoop. Using the same dark teal with a small French tip, pipe a little rosette at the bottom of each heart. Using the same magenta with a large French tip used for the bottom shell border, pipe rosettes at the top of each ruffle swoop. Finally, using that pale rose and a large French tip, pipe a shell border around the top edge of the cake. Use the peachy orange buttercream fitted with a French tip and pipe tall rosettes on top of the cake, just inside the pale rose shell border. Place cherries that have been brushed with teal luster dust on top and place in the case. This colorful cake will demand a social media moment at any celebration.